Christine, thank you for that. We want to take a coffee break now. We're starting with a new way of traveling to space, Paul.
Well, we have 3 space travel startups. They're going to be, okay, you think space, you think rockets.
Yes.
Okay, let's bring it down maybe 1 notch.
Okay.
Space balloons.
Oh.
All right. Space
For us
balloon.
to be inside to go?
I don't know all the details exactly. I know
This isn't
balloons
going to be
go
like
high.
a balloon boy situation, is it?
No.
Remember
No.
that?
You guys are already
Yes.
rolling out the question.
I mean, this is a talker.
We're
that's for
grilling
sure.
you.
It
Paul.
is. There's 3 companies out there. They're called Zafalto, Space Perspective, and Worldview. Now, the balloons are going to go up pretty high. They're going to go 15 to 19 miles into the stratosphere. That's not quite technically space,
Yeah.
Okay.
but it's high enough you can see like the curvature of the Earth.
That would
You'll
be
think
really
you're in
cool.
space.
That's
I don't think
incredible.
anybody's going to be out there saying, hey, this
I'd
isn't
do
space.
it.
I need
I'd
to
do
go
that.
31 miles higher. Here's the thing. The rides will be 6 hours.
Oh.
Not cheap. 50,000 to 184,000 a seat.
I'd
and that's coach.
I'd rather do this than the Pan Am
Oh,
thing.
for
That
65,000?
we just said for 65.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, one company says they're going to host their first ride next year. I'm told bags fly free, bringing the cost down a bit.
Okay, there you
A
go.
third check bag, though, is another $100K.
Imagine those pictures for social media, though.
No, that's gorgeous.
Yeah,
Just
the
seeing that
Instagram
one shot.
Yeah.
That'd be
Somebody
cool.
has to do a story on it. Then we don't have to pay.
I'll go.
Paul's volunteering.
I'll
We have both.
report on you guys going and support you, but I don't want to
We'll be on the ground.
chance
Me
my
and
life
Chris
for that,
solid.
right?
Yeah.
We'll be the ground people. All right, so do you notice me and Paul, we haven't been wearing ties for a while?
We did notice.
You know,
Looking
it's
sharp.
more of like a casual, modern
Yeah.
look. We're getting into 2024. We're talking about not wearing ties. A lot of people, they've been going casual since the pandemic. And per the New Yorker, no one wears ties outside of weddings, funerals, and job interviews.
Oh my.
We actually told people at
that
our
sounds
wedding
about
not
right.
to wear a tie.
Oh,
We
you
were
did?
Like, yeah, it was going to be hot. We're like, just enjoy yourself. Who cares?
And during the pandemic, we all gained a little more weight, so our next buttons weren't closing, so the tie just kind of choked us a little bit, but I digress.
practical. Okay.
Sales, they were low even before the pandemic, and a Gallup poll found that most American workers are still dressing casually.
Yeah.
Pandemic,
I
that
see
changed
that.
everything.
I mean, when I go out and I see people just even out at lunch,
Yeah.
on their lunch break, and stuff, I'm
Right.
like, that's what you wore to work today?
I know.
Or they're a
It
banker. You
blows
think
my
it's something
mind.
really serious,
Yeah.
where it's a traditional job. So I like the more casual.
I do too.
Yeah.
I feel like it's more real.
I
You
feel
can
like they're
connect with
showing
people.
both of your outfits
I
right
know
now.
they are. Well, they had us model.
took those
before
pictures?
the
I
show.
think I set the
happened.
trends.
But I like this. The pandemic, one of the good things that came out of it. So
It brings out very strong opinions both ways.
Yeah.
We did this at my previous station as well, and it's comfortable, but it is more relaxed. And some people are like, go for it, and some people are like, hey, I prefer the formality.
Yeah.
But it's
You
one
know-
less choice at 4 o'clock in the morning.
And I
There
think
you go.
it's a morning show. It's more casual. We're waking up with you. You might still be in your pajamas, if you will. But also, I'm going to be interviewing the president or political figure. I'll button up, put on a tie out of respect, and kind of go from there. So it's like knowing your role of professionalism.
Yeah, I think the thing that gets a little hairy for people, especially in work situations, is I've had some friends say to me, like, well, why do you girls still have to wear high heels if the guys don't have to wear ties?
Hey,
So you
that's
get
a good
you get a
point.
little
Some
back
women,
and forth
some women
there.
like wearing the high heels, though.
That's
My
true, too.
aunt is 70 years old, and she still wears the high heels. We had a memorial last week, and she's like, I'll be wearing them until I'm in the grave. I'm like, okay,
her.
Ada. So, I mean, each his own.
Yes, that's true too. Okay, did you ever have a dream so realistic that you woke up and you thought that it was real?
Oh yeah, and you're still worked up?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, of course.
Just so angry.
Well, Chris and I were talking about this morning. We actually both had this happen last night.
Yeah,
Really?
I had
It
a
was
dream
so
last
realistic.
night, but I can't remember what it was about, but it affected me in my sleep.
Oh, I remember mine. I was not happy.
It's not for TV.
No, it's for off air. The Guardian recently wrote a column about this whole situation. The author apparently dreamed that her friend gossiped about her, and then she woke up mad. So she went ahead, she asked philosophy professors and memory experts, why do dreams hurt our feelings? Because they're not real. They may be based on, real things, but they're not
Sure.
really real.
Maybe it's deep feelings.
So somebody said that they call this the carryover effect. The experience of dreaming is just as real as your subjective experiences in life. And dreams also give your brain time to prep for stressful situations. So it's maybe working out your anxiety. So a 2014 study found people who dream about partners cheating on them fight more in real life. So
Yeah,
some of
I
this
can
does
see
end
that.
That'd be
up
a bad
having you,
dream.
I
right?
know, right?
That'd be horrible.
I
Yeah.
know what you did, but you didn't really do, and I'm mad.
But it was funny. This woman who wrote the article, it was like a very vivid conversation she had with her friend. She found out her friend was gossiping about her, and she woke up and she was angry, and she called her friend, and she was like, she realized she was still being very testy, even though it wasn't real.
Maybe there was something in her subconscious, like
Yeah.
there was some stress test and she was working it out. Or maybe it's something you're just still trying to get over. I know
Or you watched something the night before that kind of
But haven't
got
you
your
had
brain.
like nightmares where you're late for a test or late for
Yes.
class or late to
Absolutely.
Yes.
set?
Or you didn't really graduate from college. I've had that one.
Just that
You
one
fall
more
off a
class that
building.
you
One
didn't
more
take.
class that I
Just one
missed, and
more.
I'm like, when am I going to take it? There's not enough time.
You
But
show up naked.
I don't know about that one.
That's also for after the show.
right.
You're right, exactly. Well, let's talk about something that could be controversial. Should young kids be allowed to watch R-rated movies?
This is a hot topic.
It is, right? That's why I love diving into this one. So there's a reason we're talking about it. Ryan Reynolds admitted in an interview with the New York Times that he showed the new Deadpool Wolverine film to his 9-year-old daughter, James. Now, the movie is rated R for strong, bloody violence and sexual references. As a mom, my son plays some pretty violent video games. He loves Roblox and it has all sorts of stuff. And sexual references, I don't know if kids get those, so I lean toward Ryan, but I think I'm a more liberal parent. So Ryan says, when he was a kid, he watched R-rated movies and it really inspired him. So I guess I relate with him because I love those R-rated movies. I love to be scared. For our family, it's more the sexual stuff that would...
Gotta fast forward.
Yeah.
some of those
Exactly. I wouldn't
scenes.
want to see any scenes, but innuendo, like Three's Company, I wasn't allowed to watch it. I wouldn't have understood the jokes anyway.
Well, there's that.
So that's my opinion. Me
think-
and Ryan are on the same page.
I mean, I'm the same way. I grew up as a kid who grew up with siblings that were substantially older, and I did watch rated R movies, but I think I was always a more mature kid. I think it depends on your kid and what their
Yes.
personality is like and how much of the real world they know. I am thankful that I learned and knew a lot more adult things as a kid because that's my personality. That's why I'm a journalist. I'm just a curious person.
Inquisitive.
But I understand. I've friends whose parents who don't allow their kids to watch certain things, and I respect that as well.
A lot of kids aren't ready for it. We
Yeah.
have friends who their kids still can't watch anything. Like Scooby-Doo is too scary at the age
Oh,
of 8.
wow.
So I understand.
I remember when my older cousins let me watch Terminator, and that still haunts me to this day.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, then you were a kid. We probably wouldn't watch a rated R
That's
movie.
very
then.
true.
Yeah, you have to protect the kids at the end of the day.
I agree.
Paul?
We already know where Paul
I
stands.
probably skew toward not.
Yeah.
I mean, when you go to a movie, it's like, okay, what's in it?
Yeah.
And maybe the rating lets you know a little peering into, it's got this, this, and this. And maybe that would be like, okay, we'll hold off on that for a while.
Yeah.
I respect that too.
Well, that's today's coffee break.
Now you can get your Kcal news, weather, and live stream all in one place on the CBS News app. Download it free today.